Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, enjoying your family and friends and eating a lot of good food and thanking God for your blessings. I missed you all the last 2 weeks, and I want to start by saying that I know I started out doing this every week, and then it became every 2 weeks. And right now, I can honestly say I don't know if it's going to be every week or every 2 weeks, but I do know that it will be consistent. Okay, so whether it be every week or every 2 weeks, if you're enjoying it, you need to come back. You need to search for me until I get my thumbnails right, until I get my technology right. You need to search for me, Janice Faith Table, and you need to look for me because I will be there. Okay, so you need to look for me, and so because I plan on being there for you guys. Excuse me. So right now, let's go. I plan on actually making it shorter and sweeter. I don't plan on making it as long as I have before, because I started with like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, all the way up to an hour. And I want to try to get this thing done and get it finished like 30 minutes. Okay, that's what I want to try to do, because I do have other things to do. And if I can get it done and get it planned precisely down 30 minutes, then I probably can do it every week. I don't know. Well, let's have to wait and see. Like I say, if you like what you hear, you look for me, okay, at Janice Faith Table. So, the last time we met, I did a two-part on wrong priorities, okay? And we talked about a lot of stuff. The video got interrupted, and I had to do like a 15-minute conclusion. And so I talked about having those warning signs, okay? And like I said, because I had my, with the wrong priority, you won't recognize what's going on in your life. A lot of times we have priorities, okay, and we have our priorities mixed up, okay? And our main priority, especially as women, is to get the job done, to go to work, no matter sick, rain, sleet, snow. The bills got to be paid, no matter what. Especially single women, we just got to go to work, and that's just it. Okay, and that's the wrong thing. And because you're sacrificing yourself, your life, your health, okay, for work. And if you're not here, then who's gonna do the work? The work not gonna get done anyway. That's what I found out the hard way. Okay, so that's wrong priority. And so that's what I talked about. I talked about not being able to identify when you in danger. Okay, when there were warning signs. Okay, when I was having all the signs and symptoms, okay, of decreased mobility, decreased ability to walk. I was having difficulty walking, and I was having just getting in and out the car, going to work, going to and from, coming home, shopping, grocery store, whatever. Okay, getting my hair done, whatever. I was having difficulty walking. I mean, to the point where I would if I'm walking down the street going to I remember specifically going to my doctor's office, and I remember seeing, the stoplight, literally wanting to stop at the stoplight after I park my car, get out, walk down the street, going from the parking lot down to the U of I, to lean on the pole, to stop right there, just casually, stop right here, like I'm crossing the street at the stoplight, but I would just stop there for a second, catch my breath. Okay, and then I remember crossing the street, it was a stone bench. I sat down on the stone bench. to catch my breath. I remember that specifically. But I just did not associate it with any type of physical disease process. I just didn't. Because, I just didn't. I'm just thinking, I'm just wore out. I'm just tired. And actually, I was off work. Okay, I was on sick leave. But not for my physical condition. It was an emotional condition. I was actually off work because of an emotional condition. My dad had just died in 2010. And I went back to work after he died, the end of 2010. And I struggled through all 2011. I struggled to get back and forth to work. It was difficult. And it was emotional. And I think that's what I felt like was weighing me down. Not the fact that I'm puffing, nervous wreck, full of anxiety. Okay, and I'm in my bereavement. My dad had just died. And my mom had just died 4 years earlier, and I hadn't gotten over that. So, all of this was down on me. And I'm having, like shortness of breath, and I'm having difficulty walking, and I'm like just slowing down. Still not seeing, still not connecting the dots. Okay? And so that's what we talked about last week. And so this week, today, I named the title of this lesson, Where Are You Missing It? Okay, because I know where I missed it, but where are you missing it? And that's exactly what you need to evaluate. Where could I be missing it? Why should I even look? Because you don't want to wait till it's too late. You don't want to wait till disease is encroaching upon you. You don't. You don't want to wait when you can get ahead of it. They say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I think that's how the saying goes. Yeah. That helps. And so that's what we're picking it up at today. We're picking it up with those warning signs. And it's like, these are physical warning signs. It's like a temperature. Okay, a fever, in other words. I say a temperature, but we have a temperature. Everybody has a temperature. Normal body temperature, 98.6 plus or minus 2. But a fever, an increased temperature. An increased temperature is a warning sign that something's going on in the body. And we have to be able to pick up these signs, these symptoms, and recognize that it is something going on in the body. It's just not just a fleeting thing. It's something going on seriously in the body. And I, of one, which I was in the healthcare business. It's true what they say. Healthcare workers are the worst. The worst. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And it's like, how quick did I forget? How that I'm struggling. I mean, struggling to get from point A to point B. And when I got into my car, what was the first thing I did? I mean, it's just like it was a habit. I'd strike up. Not thinking that this is the problem. I knew that it wasn't helping. I knew that it wasn't helping. I didn't think it was the problem. Was it the problem? I didn't think that. And how quickly the pain would go away as soon as you sit down and catch your breath. How quickly. It's a saying in recovery. Those of you who are familiar with AA, NA, there's a familiar saying that it says how easy it is for us to forget. How quickly we forget. And they used to say, we have to play the whole tape. You cannot just play the beginning or the end. You got to play the whole tape. Okay? Because when you're in pain, it's easy to remember. As soon as the pain go away, you quickly forget how fast and how much pain you was in. And so that's important. It's truly important to remember that if I do this again, I'm going to be suffering even more. I remember when I made the decision that I didn't want to do drugs anymore. And I remember after God got me clean, because I couldn't get myself clean. I couldn't deliver myself. Okay? I could not deliver myself. And I know it's a lot of people who go into different programs, for sobriety, for whatever reason. I could not deliver myself. I had to be delivered. And it's one thing, so I had no control over that part. Okay? So I'm here to admit to you that I had no control. When you need to be delivered from alcohol, drugs, or whatever, because these things have a strong hold on you. Okay? No, nothing that I could have done to deliver myself. But it was a portion. It was a part that I played in my recovery. And that was to remember. That was to remember. I had to remember how desperate I was and how destitute I was while I used. And as long as I didn't forget that, then I would not pick up again. So that was my responsibility, to remember. Okay? And so, like I say, this lesson, where are you missing it? My job was to remember how bad off I was. And if I forgot how bad off I was, I would go and do it again. I was subject to fall, to fail. As long as I remembered how bad it was, I could not deliver myself. And it had been so long ago. 28 years. Actually, since I've been off cigarettes now, I've been off nicotine. I've been off nicotine now 6 years. Yeah, just say 6 years. So then, in this year would make 28 years that I've been clean off of drugs and alcohol. So then that would make 22 years. That's how long it had been since I had to deal with an addiction. And I hadn't done that work. God did that work. All I did was remember and stay away. And so what I want you to know about that is that God can deliver you from your angst, okay? Because people have a lot of angst. We have a lot of issues, most of which we don't even recognize. It takes somebody else from the outside looking in. Believe me when I tell you. And I know it's difficult to hear that. but it's true. We have to know that it's God that delivers us, and that our job is not to forget who delivered us, and to keep that up front, to keep that the foremost thought. Okay? And as long as we remember that, then we can be set free. We can be set free because we keep it up front. We keep the knowledge that God is doing it. It's not us. And so that way we can recognize when we see danger. We just get back when we go through dangerous territory. We go visit our friends, go visit our relatives, going through a bad neighborhood. It's like going through a bad neighborhood. It's danger. And we just get behind God. Then we won't miss it. Okay? We won't miss it. You know, like when you riding in the neighborhood, or you riding and you making turn after turn, you going down this street, go down that street, turn. You can miss your turn if you're not paying attention. And so you don't want to miss it. Okay? You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. And so you want to run away from danger. Okay? And that danger presents itself in a lot of different forms. For me, it was alcohol, drugs, nicotine. For you, it could be alcohol. It's legal, and it could be people. You know, it could be a bad group of friends. It could be, it could be just hanging out with the wrong type of people. How many times have we heard more than one case of a young lady, a young person, somebody being taken advantage of, going off with her friends, being taken advantage of? Too many times. I won't even give examples of that. I will not give examples of that, because if we all just open our eyes and pay attention, we would hear stories every day about some poor, innocent, maybe not so innocent because they hanging out with them, innocent people, young person, being taken advantage of, trusting the wrong person and being taken advantage of, missing the mark, running toward danger rather than running away from danger. See, I was running toward danger because I just didn't guard myself enough. You have to guard yourself. You have to guard your whole self, not just your body. You have to guard your whole self. Okay? You have to guard your whole self. And you can't do that if you're out of touch with reality. Yeah, and I know that sounds like it's like it couldn't be you. But it can be. Because you are willing to take chances with your life. When you smoke, when you drink, when you lay down, when you get naked and lay down in the bed with somebody, you're taking a chance with your life. Not only are you taking a chance with giving your body to somebody, But you also you're very vulnerable. You're making yourself vulnerable to be taken advantage of. How many times have a woman been taken advantage of by a man just because she decided to be friendly? Taken advantage of because she was friendly. And too many times has that happened. We put ourselves in danger. We put ourselves in danger. And we put our children in danger when we bring these strangers into our homes, when we trust strangers. How many young women have put themselves and their children in danger? How many times have we seen it on the news where young people have put their children in harm's way with some young crazed young man was angry and lashed out at them and the child, running toward danger. And for whatever the reason, she trusted him. He seemed like a good guy. She left her children with him. She went to work. She went to the store. She went some way, and he took advantage of her child. Whether he beat, raped, or killed the children. We run toward danger. Sometimes because maybe we don't have anybody else. I know so many young women who have trusted their lives, the lives of their children, with some young man because they didn't have anybody else. But they didn't trust anybody else. No, they had their mom. They had no parents. Parents on drugs, alcohol, dead or in jail. Aunties, uncles, cousins. No grandma. This has happened. See, for me, it was alcohol, drugs, and nicotine. But for someone else, it was the life of their children. It was their life. So we have to ask ourselves, where are we missing it? I mean, I was going to work. I was educated. I had 2 degrees. I had a good job. More than one good job. That does not mean anything. That does not mean a thing. That does not mean anything without wisdom, without the guidance, okay, of the Lord. Spiritually minded. Out of touch with reality, not thinking it's going to happen. Just heard on the news, a young woman found in the trunk of her own car. Young man killed her. He only 19. It's a boy. Out of touch with reality. We don't know. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know. You know, the Bible is full of scriptures that talk about the human condition, the condition that makes us vulnerable, that not only puts us in jeopardy, okay, of being hurt, but it also causes us to hurt other people. So not only do we get hurt, but we hurt other people as well. I mean, I had all the signs and symptoms. Ignored them all. Shortness of breath, difficulty walking. Even after walking so long, my chest was so tight, was hurt. It's like hurting. Not like I was having a heart attack, but just so difficult. Just having a difficult time walking. So how many times were you in a situation where you having all of those symptoms, all of those signs telling you that this was a bad situation? Okay? That this is a bad situation. But yet you still did not get out. You kept trying to make it work. Because it seemed like he was a good person or she was a good person. That it was going to change. Something was going to change. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The Bible says that we should judge ourselves. And so therefore we should look for the signs and symptoms of where we going wrong at. Where I don't look, just what am I doing wrong? Could I be doing something wrong? Why is this not working? I have a young lady right now. It's not texting my phone. It's not working for her. But she wants to make it work. And she's getting hurt. And the young man she's dealing with, he's getting hurt. Mm-mm. And we have to look for signs of deterioration, signs of decay. It's like I was going down. Shortness of breath, chest pain, decreased mobility. So these are signs of decay, signs of increased disease process of destruction. Red cells that carry oxygen are becoming more and more ineffective carriers of oxygen. The smoke, the nicotine was damaging the cells' ability to carry oxygen. And that's a lot of chemistry. I'm not going to go through a lot of chemistry about how the carbon dioxide that that the nicotine is converted, uses the CO2, the carbon dioxide, to create a compound that's deadly. It's like a carboxyhemoglobin, and it's supposed to be exhaled, but it damages the tissues, the cells, and the tissues in the lungs. It's the same thing when you in a situation. I was going to say when you're dealing with a situation in your life and it's not working out for you. It's not working out. You see the complex arguments. You see the hurtfulness, and you even see each other getting sick emotionally, and sometimes even physically. So I just want you all to know that I understand. And you may not understand. You may not see it. But I'm telling you to look for it. And if you could, and if you just would so desire to go to God, find a Bible believing church, find a pastor, find a Bible study. We have a Bible study at my church. I'm gonna leave the number. I'm gonna leave the number down below so you can call in every Wednesday night and join our Bible study. And if you're anywhere near Chicago, you can even come Sunday morning, Sunday school and church, and join me and tell me that you saw this message, you watched this video, and you in Chicago, and that you want to come to Christ. Because you don't know where you're missing it at. Okay? Because it's like so many people that, we claim the goodness of God, but yet we just not giving God our time. Not giving him your time. You defiling your bodies, having sex, not just having sex. And having babies and bringing babies in the world. This and defiling your body. Having sex with more than one guy. I did. And using your mouth as a weapon. There's so many more ways that we self-destruct. But God wants to heal us. He wants to help us. Okay? And so give God a chance. And like I said, I'm going to leave that information, the phone number to the Bible study, and the address and phone number to the church. Okay? And so I want you to take that information, use that information. And like I said, and if you like this video, if you enjoy watching this video, you come back, you search for Janice's Faith Table. You search for Janice's Faith Table. I'll be here weekly or bi-weekly. And like the video, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you want to. Subscribe so you'll know every time that I put a video up. Okay? And so we will talk again soon. I care about you all. I don't want you to suffer. I want you, and God wants you to prosper in health and in spirit. Okay? Bye-bye for now.